Zach Maslany now making his way to the stage. Expect fireworks, ladies and gentlemen.
I wanted to give a shout out to my boy Zach from 10th Planet Bethlehem.
He's a beast. He's a savage. Him and JM holding down the fort at 10th Planet Bethlehem. Who's doing it better than them? Very few.
Okay. From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
What's up, guys? Zach's Corner Podcast episode 3 is live. At least I think it's live. I'm starting to get accustomed to using a lot of this equipment, and it's not really much equipment, actually. It's just one microphone plugged into my laptop here, but working the software is really what I'm working on right now, but I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. Finally figured out how to update my podcast to iTunes, so that's out there now, so I'm just waiting on that to get approved, and then this will be up on iTunes, and then by the time you guys listen to this, it'll already be going, so thank you guys for listening. Again, this is only my 3rd episode. The other ones I did were I want to say a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or 2 ago. Just a lot of stuff been going on in my life, moving. That's always a hassle. You guys know how tough moving is, how much that sucks. But in the end, it was a good thing because now me and my fiance have our own little apartment here and everything is going good. So we got moved in, got a new couch, got some stuff from IKEA, got a new bed. That's dope. Little dog Merlot loves it here. It's a nice little area in the woods. It's called well, actually, I'm not going to tell you what it's called, but it's in Bethlehem. It's in a very wooded area. We'll just say that. It's right there by Monocacy Creek, so there's a beautiful creek. There's last night, actually, I was going to say there's a lot of wildlife around here, and actually last night there was a deer. I looked out, my dog was going nuts, and I looked out the window. She has this little window in our spare bedroom / office. There's a little window that she could jump up on the bed and look out the window and see what's going on. And little do you know, there's a deer outside. Looked like just a deer walking by in the middle of a parking lot. And I was like, holy shit. And that's why the dog was going nuts. So there's a deer, and I saw a baby deer running around. So there's a bunch of wildlife. There's a fox, constantly seeing, there's geese right across. So we really like it back here. There's also a farm, or not a farm. It's actually, you know what? I don't know exactly what it is. I think it's a school, like an academy school. And there's something else back there too. Damn, I can't remember what it's called. Something or other. I don't know. But anyways, there is a plot of land over there for farming. And you can get a plot. And it's like a co-op garden. And, Kat, my fiance, has done that. So she's been working over there. I've been really trying to get my diet better, more on point. But it's been tough. It's tough to change things. And that's kind of the topic of today's podcast is how hard change is. And a lot of people, I feel like they like change, and a lot of people, they hate change. They want to keep things the same all the time. I mean, look at how many people just in regular life have worked at the same job for years and years and years and never changed. They just, at the one job I was working at before is a fastening company, like construction company. And that company, they were crazy. There were guys that worked there for 15, 20 years. And then, times got a little hard, and all of a sudden they were just like, you know what? We're cutting everyone's pay. No more Christmas bonuses. And, it didn't matter. They were working there for 15 years, 20-some years, 25 years even maybe. And the company just decided to take a shit on them too when times got hard. So, I don't know. I was just going to say I hate jobs and bosses, but that's, it's a necessary evil in most people's lives. But, look at those people. They were probably afraid of change. Not that they didn't like it or didn't want it, but maybe they were afraid to make a change. And, that was I think that was the topic of the episode 1 was temporary. And, that's how I got through my time at GNS Fastening and my time deer fencing and doing all these crappy jobs, because I just kept thinking it was temporary. I don't know how I was able to keep my mind off wanting to, just bury myself in the concrete or just cry at night because I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and go to work. And And I just wasn't doing what I wanted to do. And it's tough when you're not doing what you want to do. That sucks. Like every day waking up, just having to go to a job that you hate, I can't imagine it. I never want to go back. Please let me never go back. And that's why I work so hard. And people are always like, why are you working? You're always working. And I do take time off, but yeah, I work hard because I don't want to go back. I don't want to have a boss. I don't want to have someone tell me what to do. In that case, I don't want I don't want that type of change, but that monotony of having that job is tough. I feel like maybe the people there might have been just afraid to make that change and scared to either jump out in their own business, or not just even jump out in their own business, but just make a change and get a different job. Some people are like, what if it doesn't go through? Or what if I don't like it? And I just think you got to do it. If you really hate the situation you're in, you just got to make that change. But it is, I'm not going to lie, it is very difficult. Some changes you're rocking ready to go. Like I couldn't wait to get my apartment, couldn't wait to move out. Like there are definitely changes that you're really excited for, but there are some when you're like, man, things are going to change. And I see it, at the jiu-jitsu school that we run. I don't like change too in some aspects, but sometimes when we do go to make a change and it's drastic, sometimes you're going to get people are going to push back on you a little bit. They're going to be like, you know what? I don't like this. I don't like the route that this is going. Maybe they think we have something else in mind, or, they try to see the bigger picture of what we're thinking. But, we're doing obviously what's best for us, but we're also going to do what's best for the students too, because without the students, we don't have a place. And in that case, some heavy changes would be coming for me. I'd have to go back into the workforce or whatever. But I do see it. I do see some people are like, hell yeah, this is awesome. And then other people are like, man, this sucks. So you always are going to have two opposite viewpoints. But sometimes when things change, you kind of have to just jump in the fray and let it happen and then see where it goes. So change is hard, man. Change is definitely hard. But what else? So I wanted to talk about some other things too. We just got our taxes done. Man, taxes are scary. And I can't believe how much the government really wants to take from you. It's pretty insane. So I don't know. It's like a crazy thing. Like you want to have all your money in the government, with the government, and do things 100% on the books. But I think the way the system is set up, it pushes people to, try and fake out the government or try to, and believe me, we're not doing anything illegal if that's what you were thinking, because I don't want to get in trouble. And that would be the worst case scenario is we lost everything because I, lied about everything on the taxes. But, and everybody kind of lies on their taxes and tries to definitely, and, it makes that kind of dog-eat-dog world where everyone's just trying to, I got to protect myself and I'm going to do what I got to do just to get an extra $200-300 in my return. And hey, that couple extra $100, like when I was working and just waiting for my tax return every year, I would be like, I got like a couple times I got some really good money back because of school credits and stuff like that. And I was even nervous about that because I wanted to make sure that I didn't like get it $1,500 or $1,200. And then all of a sudden they wanted me to pay it back. That would have been disaster area, because as that money was coming in, it was getting spent, and I bought some dumb stuff. I bought like a PlayStation, when I was in no means to be buying a PlayStation. I should have been paying off my bills, but it's just crazy. It really is crazy how much the government tries to take from you, especially when you own your own business. They don't realize how much money. I mean, I'm sure they do realize how much money. That's why it's crazy when they say we're billions or trillions of dollars in debt. It's like, how is that possible? You take pretty much everything people make. It's nuts. Complete bullshit. But yeah, I hate the government. So, I mean, I don't hate the government, I guess, but I'm not for the way they're running it right now. And I'm not really schooled on it anyways. I'm more in the classical conspiracy field, schooling, if you would say. I'm into conspiracies. I like to listen to them, and I like to, they're interesting. It's almost something, it's something to get into, and you just have to watch that you don't get too wrapped up in it, because you could go nuts. Like there were times where I was like, man, is the earth really flat? I'm not sure. And then we were teaching a seminar, shout out to Frank Dukes, but me and my partner Jam were teaching a seminar jiu-jitsu seminar in Cocoa Beach, Florida. And we're down at Off the Grid BJJ, and we got a chance to see a rocket launch into space. And that was crazy. I wanted to get closer to it, but I didn't know how, I didn't know what the deal was going to be, but we were decently far away, but we were on the beach. And the beach was cool because if you looked out towards the water, you could see the moon was red and the water was like, it was really like creepy, but cool in a really cool way. And then when they shot up the rocket, you're watching the rocket go up and you can feel it. Like you could feel it shaking in your feet, and then as it goes up, it kind of just disappeared like it was going through a bubble or something and going out into the atmosphere. But that really made me believe the earth was round, I obviously believed the earth was round before, but I got into the flat earth because I just wanted to know what people were thinking. It's the same with all the other stuff. Like I kind of get into it a little bit and then I think about it and I go, nah, there's no way. But then I try to, in my own mind or through my own research, I try to, prove it wrong or be like, there's no way. But is there a way? Nah, there's no way. Could it be? Nah, can't be. So I kind of just go back and forth in my head. And, sometimes late at night, you're hanging out. You're like, hey, maybe this is, you watch a YouTube video or two and then all of a sudden you're sucked in. One of the ones that I do want to talk about, though, one of the conspiracies was the Sandy Hook and all that stuff. And all the times when people were saying that these mass murders were, not to take it down a dark road, but these mass murders or these school shootings were fake. And I would mention it and people would get pissed off at me. And I wouldn't mention it. So I was just saying what people thought about it, and what other people were saying and how people were like harassing the people that they said were paid actors and all types of stuff. And I ended up watching throughout my day, like since I run a jiu-jitsu school and, I have time off in between. I don't have cable. I don't want cable. I'll watch Netflix and I'll watch YouTube. And I just watch YouTube. I don't have a YouTube TV or whatever that is, but I just got regular YouTube, and I was watching Vice, and Vice has some interesting stuff. It's like if you guys don't know what Vice is, it's like a different type of news outlet, and they just report on, certain things that the news, maybe didn't bring to light correctly, or, there's like an underworld of rats in, or there's, girls who, they're doing like sex slave stuff, or they go after conspiracies, or they talk about the growing marijuana industry, or they talk about, people in other countries and guys who own tigers and in the desert and all types of crazy stuff. You have to go watch it. Just check out Vice. They have a website too. I don't really know anything. I can't accredit their website, but I've just watched the YouTube videos. Anyways, that's all I'm saying. I don't know what's going on with Vice, but I watched a Vice thing about that conspiracy, the conspiracy about the Sandy Hook school shooting where a bunch of kids got shot. And I don't even know the whole exact thing, but there were like, you start to think like, is it possible that these are false flags, as they would call them, or are they fake? And then I saw a video of a bunch of people and they actually were recording and all the people, people who were involved in that. I think it was that one, or it might've been another one. Maybe I'm messing this story up, but I saw a video of people that were involved in that. And, Vice was covering it and they were showing the people that were involved and how they were being harassed and all this stuff. And that made me, even though I didn't believe, I couldn't really step out and say 100% like I thought they were fake. But, when people start saying it, hey, you got to look into it and do your own research. That's what I was taught when I was a kid. Like, don't believe everything you hear. And even if it's from a conspiracy side, I'm going to look into it. And I'm like, wait, there's two opposing sides, but who's saying it? You look into the people and you say, wait a minute, these people are freaking crazy. Their whole life has turned into sitting behind a computer and just talking about something that whether it happened or didn't happen, that's their whole life. That's all they care about. And I guess there have to be people to look into stuff like that, but you're dedicating your life to try to prove something is fake. That's obviously real. And just watching that Vice documentary, just look it up. It's on, it's a Vice documentary on character actors or something like that. So, and I'm not saying that character actors aren't true or they haven't been used in other ways. And I'm sure they have, but in this instance, I don't think they were at all. So, that's kind of a conspiracy shut down, I believe. But yeah, so there's the stuff that's going on now, though, the Pizzagate and all that stuff is definitely interesting. I get into it too because I don't believe everything I hear about the government, especially when I started thinking about it again when I was doing the taxes, and I was like, where's all this money going? And so I'm sucked down the conspiracy road again, especially, a lot of people I hang out with are really into conspiracies too. But I'm definitely interested in the Hillary Clinton and all that kind of stuff that's going down. I just think it's interesting, and I feel like it's a real life soap opera that is going on right in front of us, and no one knows exactly 100% what's going on. All you can hear is these things, and you just got to look into it, I guess, yourself. But you also, what I'm saying is you can't get too wrapped up into it because it will, like some of these people, they let it control their life. So the other one was, man, I totally lost my train of thought on that. We're talking about conspiracies. It is fun to talk about. Oh, I think it's also interesting. How about, how is it that Donald Trump was able to meet with Kim Jong-un, I think it is. How was he able to meet with him? And out of all people, Trump was able to take care of this. I know there's some stuff going on that I'm not sure about, and I'm sure it has to do with like money, because that's what everything, it seems like the world revolves around, is money, which is unfortunate. So anyways, taking it back to good news, I'm 35. Well, I don't know if that's good news, but I just turned 35. I've been feeling a little jacked up. I had a really good birthday. A bunch of guys came out to a local brewery down here, to Bethlehem Brewworks. My cousin came out, a bunch of my friends, got a cool gift from my mom, basically a bunch of tools. My dad got me a card too. So everything, was great. My fiance, she got me some stuff too, and she really took care of me. Shout out to her. It was a great weekend. I had an awesome birthday weekend. We went out to dinner and stuff. And a bunch of stuff. She's been taking care of my injuries too. So I'm always injured, doing jiu-jitsu for a living is tough. And the older you get, the harder it is on your body. So I've actually been taking some time off, but I've been having a slight back injury on my lower right, I would say. So I went in for a massage, and, we're thinking, maybe I have scoliosis, or I don't know what's going on. My back is falling apart. The doctor said I needed a backiotomy. So I'm just looking into all types of stuff. I got that book, my friend Zach Makovsky, he bought me the book called Becoming a Supple Leopard. And it's all about healing your body and proper spinal alignment and all this stuff. And as I'm sitting here, I'm like just feeling my back now. I'm trying to make sure my posture is good. But even my partner, John, he's getting into yoga. Like I've been into it. I've been doing it like once a day for 15 minutes. And I'm just stretching out, and I'm going to start getting even more into it. Right now, I'm kind of just resting up my back. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick tip for back injuries, I guess, or just a tight back. So if you have lower back pain, what I found is if you take a yoga block, and I think I actually saw this in the book, or maybe I saw this on Pinterest or something, avid Pinterest user, but I took the block and just put it behind my lower back, like right above my ass cheeks, and it felt really good. And I just kind of lay into it, and it kind of decompresses your spine, and it felt really good. And then I've been having some problems, like I said, the lower right, little bit of sciatic. Like I use the lacrosse ball big time, and I use the foam roller, but I feel like I need a foam roller on steroids. I think I need to buy the metal one too. And I'm going to get another massage. I'm just going to go, this whole month is basically going to be like me trying to get my body back to 100%. And I'm going to train here and there when I can, or when I feel like I'm feeling good. I want to really get 100%. Like I feel like I'm 35, but I'm in way better shape than most guys my age, which is good. But I'm still competing against really young guys, jiu-jitsu. So I'm done with MMA. I don't feel like getting punched and kicked at anymore. Plus, it's really brutal now that I'm older. I want to take care of my body more. So doing all this stuff, I'm going to get, like I said, more massages and all that stuff. I want to hang upside down, but definitely check out, just get a yoga block. They're cheap as hell. You can get it on Amazon. And my sides were bothering me too. So I started just laying on the block on my side and just rolling back and forth on it, basically on my ribs, or they call that the trunk or whatever. And I've been doing that, and it's giving me some really good releases. I did that yesterday for about 15 minutes, and I felt like I was standing up more straight. So, or wait a minute, not more straight, standing up straighter. So I think I'm just super bound up. I hope I don't have like a slip disc or anything weird like that. And don't be scared if you're just starting out jiu-jitsu, like immediately you're going to have a slip disc or something like that. It's just because I've been doing martial arts my whole life, and kicking and punching, getting slammed. I could probably count on my hand how many times I've been slammed on my back, and everything was always cool with it. But now I want to, like, I'm getting older, and I think just not stretching properly, because I've always been a very flexible guy in my hips, but certain spots I'm not, like in my lower back. And I think just over the years of letting it tighten up and not taking care of myself, now I'm dealing with this. So I know I only have a few more, I don't even know how long, to be honest with you, maybe a year or 2 or 3 more left of, high level competition. And I don't want to be 39 years old or 40 years old still competing with the young guys. it would be cool. And I'm not saying I can't do it or you can't do it if you're 40 years old. If that's your shit, do so. But I think by then, my heavy competition years will be behind me. And then I'm going to, concentrate on my students and concentrate on my family and opening up more businesses, probably, hopefully, making more money, driving a Benz, whipping something with rims. Just kidding. But you know what I mean? Like I want to be successful. And I think the thing with me, and like we talked about with money, especially how much they take, the more that I make, the more things that I can do. I have the finishers tournament coming up. If you're interested in competing in a jiu-jitsu tournament, August 11th, Subforce BJJ, but we're having a big EBI rules tournament. The first time we're throwing one that anyone can come to. So that's going to be cool. I want to get into stuff like that, and I want to help progress the sport of mixed martial arts. I'm doing commentary. I'm going to slide into like, the new school Joe Rogan guy or something. I'm already bald. I'm not as jacked as him, but not that I'm copying, what Joe's doing or I want his life, but man, he has a cool life. I like these things. I like podcasting. I like jiu-jitsu. I own a jiu-jitsu school. I fought MMA. I commentate for an MMA place. I coach MMA fighters. So all this stuff is so much fun to me. And that's the stuff I want to keep doing and get deeper into it. And also I want to create more stuff and give opportunities to younger guys like me. Or when I was younger, I didn't have those opportunities. I want to give opportunities to the younger guys and help them come up. And I know if I help more people come up, and if I keep doing stuff with the people I'm doing with, like working with my partner, JM, and working with, like the Main brothers and all these different instructors that we're learning from, and business guys and all this stuff, and being on other podcasts and, talking with my friends that have been in the business for years. The more we do that, the more we're going to help ourselves, but we're also going to help each other. And honestly, it's more fun when we all come up, when we can all talk about these stories of, remember when we were down in Florida, or remember when we first opened a school, or remember when we did this, or whatever. We always have, we have a history, and I think that's really cool. I think having a history in your job or your profession is pretty dope. So whatever you're doing, whether it's your teacher or your history of how you got it started, how you got into that, whatever you're doing. If it's cool, if it sucks, then, obviously there's a history to that too, but you want to, get motivated and get out there and do something. That's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I want to do this podcast. So hopefully that helped. That was another quick 20-minute banger right there, quick hitter. And we're going to go out there and we're going to get it done. We're going to keep moving forward and doing our thing. But I love you guys. Thank you for listening. And this should be up on iTunes soon. So hopefully I recorded this correctly, but I love you guys. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Now, for only $6 a month, you can get inside access at finishersmma.tv, just like if you were training at 10th Planet Bethlehem yourself. There will be approximately one class each week filmed and uploaded to the site, along with extra technique videos being uploaded all the time and any seminars that Bethlehem hosts. For $6 a month, you can get access, or if you're looking for bigger deals, there's 2 discount packages. You can pay $30 for 6 months, which gets you 1 month for free, or $50 for a whole year, which amounts to 3 full months free. So go to finishersmma.tv now and get access today.